and attend it and like really do it. Because you're the only person that knows whether you graduate. You know, you go to one of these big box schools, they have a way of testing you out and making sure that you comprehend all the details and the information so you get that piece of paper. We'll recognize you in different ways. And so it's an act of valor to go through that university, and if you do it right, it's going to take you about 3 hours. There's some information to read, there's some information to listen to, there's some information to watch, and when you get through that, there's like 8 different topics that are baked into the university that are all relevant to us being professionals in what we do, and to make sure that you're at least familiar with what those topics are. We've asked Mary Ann to cover some of those topics, so please give her a hand and welcome her up here as she goes through Youngevity University.
You might want to dim the lights. Tom's jumping up and down. You might want to dim the light if you're going to talk about screen.
On the cloud.
Oh, good. All right. Youngevity.com. Okay. So, you know, Scott, thank you so much. Great introduction, and I always appreciate your appreciation. And I hope all of you guys feel the same way, because I think what Tom's done here is really giving you guys a great resource in that team, right? You know, when you talk about the tools that you guys have, I'm a tool. I'm a tool to provide for you guys. Okay, Tom's a tool, I'm a tool. But anyway, you know what? Really, when Nikki was talking about, you know, self-development and all of that, and most of us we get into business and we just don't even know what to expect, right? And really, we're just continuing to grow. If you're in Youngevity, and I mean really in Youngevity, you're just continuing to grow because you're plugging in and you're meeting great people, and you know we have trainings like this. So. I've been around for a while, and I can't tell you how excited I am about this university, you know, Youngevity University, because it's a great system. And what they've done, a lot of it is taken off of the GoPro, right? It kind of follows through the professional network marketing. And it's interesting because I've talked to people that have gone through this, and they're like, wow, you know, I didn't know network marketing was like this. You know, I've been approached by other network marketers, and, you know, they're throwing up on me. I just had somebody come in and, you know, was going to do a coffee shop interview and got thrown up on. And he goes, that's the last person I want to be. I don't want to be that guy. And so this helps you not be that guy, right? That person, that woman out there. And so what they've done is, and you can go online and you can print this up, and I'll show you where that's at. But it's really easy. So James, would you please click on the 1, 2, 3 here. So we're going to get started. So what I did is I had a new CEO person come in, and I said, all right, here's what we're going to do. I want you to do module 1. Keep scrolling down. Okay, right there. So click on step 1, experience the product. How many people are like, well, you know, I can't really do this business, so I experience the product? Never had anybody say that? A lot. Okay, but here's the thing. All of us have experienced the product. We know they work. And so what did you want to do when you came in? You wanted to experience. So get your CEO pack and start experiencing the product. This is a great little audio introduction from Alex Tice. I love Alex Tice. I love his training. And what I love about it is he really makes it simple and easy to understand. Because I think so many times we try to take this business and make it so complicated in our head that we never know where to start. So we go to the university and we get started. Listen to Alex's audio. And I didn't look when Nikki said how many of you have gone through the university, but if you went through it before, go through it again. And in a couple of weeks, so you can get on there. We're going to kind of walk through it. So if you haven't been through it or refreshing and you know of it, we'll have that. Scroll down. And so, oh, wait, go back up again. Go back up, because I wanted to show you where you can print this off. Oh God, it's kind of, yeah, kind of slow.
The one before it, I think.
So if you scroll up where it says, or okay, scroll down. Wherever it says English and Spanish, you can print one off in English, print one off in Spanish.
No, that's before. You want to go back there?
The page before. No, that's. I'm sorry. This is okay. So this is a great video. We were like, well, how do I do with my products? How do I get started with my products? How many of you spent like hours trying to explain how to get started with your So when we talk about having discipline and being efficient in our business, I did this great thing with Dan Walshman, 30 Days Awesome. I committed myself to finding technology and finding systems and finding, tools that I could use that would help me be more efficient around my team and more efficient in my business. So here you go. You don't have to sit on the phone with someone explaining how to use the products. Okay, scroll up. I can't even see.
Go back to getting started training.
All right. Sorry it's going so slow. But anyway, you can print the PDF off. So we're going to experience the product and watch the video and hear Sanjeev's and then how to get the most out of your product experience. And then sign up for auto ship. So that's what this first getting started explains to your new customer, to your new person. So when I hooked my person into this, I had her watch a module, then we spoke on the other side of it. We had it all scheduled out. And it was amazing because there were so many questions that she already got answered just by watching these videos, just by going through the modules. So the next one, step 2, is develop your why, and I'm just going to use this. And you can move it along if you can. Okay, so I like, everybody says find a why that makes you cry, but I like the statement of find a why that makes you work, right? How committed are you to your business? People come and go in here, and you guys that are here, you're the ones that are committed. You're the ones that are committed to learning how to do this business and grow your business. And so the questions, here's what I love, because a lot of times, the question is, what do you absolutely love to do? And people just look at you like they're dumbfounded. They don't even know what to say. They've been sitting in a cubicle, they've been working for the man, and when you say, what do you absolutely love to do? They're like, I have no idea. So this, walking through the why and your goals, starts to get people to thinking. And then you can coach them on that. You can help them on that. This is, what do you worry about both now and in the future? And so many people have business, health, whatever it is. So how do we help them, support them in what it is that they are worried about? We've got a solution, right? Here's what I love. I always say this, but I wanted to have a job. I wanted to have a job that I could have coffee with my friends. They do. That's how I found network marketing.
Can you raise a hand if you have an empty chair near you?
Oh yeah, we got
a few up here too.
I think we got one here.
There's a couple empty chairs here.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to kind of split up. We got a couple chairs here.
I apologize for interrupting.
No worries, no worries. And then, a lot of times the money situation is something that we might, here's why, you want to go to free personal development and read these books. We might have a mindset around money. Okay, now you're going to sit down and coach somebody about how much money they want to make. So we have to make sure our development is good around money, right? We can have that conversation. Somebody came to me and go, oh, CEO pack is so expensive. I go, I used to think the same thing. But now I think it's got so much value. How can you not, right? And so people what do they want to do? They want to make an extra $200 a month or $500 a month. And so you're going to sit down with them, right, after they've gone through the module and coach them on that. If money were no object, what would your perfect day look like? Describe it in detail from morning until bedtime. How many of you guys have done a perfect day? You write it's got to be around the day, right? It's got to make you smile. It's got to do it every single day. And then my why is, you're going to coach your people on their why. And it's got to be motivational. It's got to be something that's going to get them up early in the morning. It's got to be something that's going to make them stay late at night. How many of you guys have a why like that? Yeah, a why that just like, it kind of makes you want to cry, but it makes you more want to work. All right, so you're going to walk through this system 2, module 2, and you're going to teach them how to tell a story. Who knows how to tell their story in like 30 seconds? If you don't know how to tell a powerful story in like 30 to 90 seconds, you got to work on that. Go through this module. And so one of the things is, what were you going for in your life prior to finding Youngevity? Where were you? What was happening? My health sucked. My mental capacity sucked. I mean, I know people that are mentally completely sick, right? Because they're just so exhausted all the time. So how did you hear about Youngevity? Who was you? I mean, Trisha's sitting in the back of the room. She introduced me to this company. And I thank her every single day that she did that, because she cared about me enough to share that with me. And I know a lot of you that are in here, you're sitting in here because somebody cared enough about you to share it with you. Okay, and then what products did you start using? Of course, we've got the product experience. You get your CEO pack, you start on your healthy starter pack or body pack, and you start having an experience. And how many of you done that? How many of you had a product experience? Yeah, right? And so if you don't have one, find somebody that's got one. Scott's got a tremendous, I hope you don't mind, I had one of my guys give you a call, because Scott's got a tremendous health story. And so find somebody that's got a story that you can share and use them as a third party. And where are you headed now? What is your vision? What is your vision for Youngevity? Nikki talked about empowering women, right? Helping people with their health, helping people get, financially in a situation where they are not so stressed. Have any of you heard the top ramen story? Right? I lived on top ramen. My family lived on top ramen. And it was making me sick. I mean, not emotionally, that's all we can afford. Okay. And then commit to your business. What's your commitment to your business? How many hours are you going to work every day? What's your commitment? And you got 2 hours, you got 3 hours. You're going to work on Monday and Saturday and Sunday and Friday and, every single day. And here's what I'm going to tell you. It's hard work. It's really hard work. And congratulations to Nikki and Joel and everybody that's a 2-star in here. We worked our little hinds off, and it's hard to get to that next level, and it's hard to get to that next level. But we're consistent, right? How many of you are consistent in your business? You do something every single day. That's the way you get success. That's the way you get from here to there. Not going, stopping for 3 months. Going, stopping for 3 months. It takes so much to get back into the flow that you're killing yourself. So you don't want to do that. Then you get exhausted. Okay, prospect list. How many of you have done a prospect list? I got so many flipping pages of prospects that I could be making calls 24/7. And that is not a lie. I think Adrian texted me the other day, and I know I don't have as many contacts as Tom, but I have over 3,000 contacts in my phone. And most of those people, I have some kind of what?
I don't have that many. That's unbelievable.
Oh, you are so fun. He's got like 3 times or more. But anyway, so get that prospect list going and get your prospect list.
Nothing. I just said,
I'm trying to be a one-upper.
I wasn't.
But get the prospect list going, right? Because that's important. That is your business plan. Think about it. That's your business plan. Who are you going to talk to today? Who are you going to invite today? Whose life are you going to change? That's important stuff. All right, now, you even have a little list in there. If you print this out, this is so much fun. And when I walk through my people, I make notes on a list like this, right? Because we want to know where people are going. So this is the contact list. How are you doing? Good? How am I doing with time?
You're at 12 minutes.
Oh, sweet. Okay. All right, now we're going to go to step 4. Oh, okay. All right, you just give me, okay. All right. Now, how many people are like, what do I say? How do I invite people? Where do I go for all of that? Well, right here we have 5 simple steps. And we have be brief, invitation, how to get people a little bit curious, right? We always talk about that curiosity. Do people want to come to a meeting? No. How many times? You go to somebody's work 8 hours, they've been in 6 meetings and haven't got anything done. But if you say, you know what, I want you to come and meet some amazing people, the energy here, and this is what people see when they come here. The energy here is tremendous. People want to come back because they're like addicted, right? They're addicted to something that they're not even getting in their life right now. And so we, as a whole, have that responsibility to show people what our community is all about. All right, so invitation. And look right here. Little compliments, thank you. I've got a little blue on today. Oh, Dee came in, she had her blue on. I was like, I gotta wear my blue. Joel's got his blue. All right, thanks for everybody that wore blue today. All right.
I didn't know it was a good day.
Oh yeah, yeah. Awesome. All right, so I recently came across something I'm very excited about, and I may or may not be for you. How many times have you gotten approached by somebody and they're like, oh, you got this is just going to be amazing, blah, 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 blah. And you get there and you're like, oh, that's not quite amazing. It's not what I was thinking. So it may or may not be for you. And that's true. And it's okay to say that. It's okay. I know this might be a great solution. You know, when somebody, we talk about the CSI and the coffee shop interview, and what I love about that, it's a process, right? You don't just coffee shop interview and then go, I might have something really exciting for you. And then this is what happened to this friend, or Daniel, the other day. And suddenly the guy's spilling out his network marketing on him. And he's like, you don't even know me. You don't know if this is something I need or not. So it might or might not be for you. But what I do know is there's a community there that can help and support you. Okay, good to see you guys. All right? Okay, so just read through this. It talks about the initial approach. It talks about confirming, inviting, how to text. I mean, it's unbelievable. Alex has done a tremendous job on this. Okay, income earning. For earning income. Start with the income. All right, so we have videos on there about the compensation. How many of you guys are so excited? Because the compensation, right, and Alex says this, you know, you don't really worry about how to make money until you're already making money, right? When you start getting those checks, okay, when you start getting those checks, then you're a little bit excited. How many of you got a check? Yeah, you got a few checks, yeah. I've been driving, I was trying to tell somebody how long I've been driving a free car, and you know, it's like maybe 4 or 5 years now. Okay, free car is nice. You know, winning vacations is nice. But guess what? I didn't do it. I wouldn't say half-assed, but you know what I mean? I didn't just sit back and go, well, today I'm going to work my business. Well, tomorrow I'm not. You know, because it's just like going to the gym. You quit going to the gym, guess what? 2 months from now, you're not going to the gym. You don't even remember that you were going to the gym. I started on my Youngevity business again. How many of you said that? Right? Oh, I got to gear this back up again. Oh, I got to start talking to people. And suddenly you start having results, but then guess what? Something happens and you let it go again. So you don't earn money if you don't show up. Okay? It's just like a job. If you don't show up, you don't get paid. If you don't do your business, you don't get paid. But the videos on there are great. So showing how the compensation works. Step 6 is getting started right. Here's our little circle. You've seen this before, right? Product experience, develop your why, create your prospecting list, start sharing and inviting. Let me ask you guys something about inviting. How many of you are like just nervous wreck about inviting? Yeah, it's like, I don't know if somebody's gonna want to come. And we talked about this a few minutes ago before you're here, but it's community, right? You guys have a tremendous community. And so you want to invite people to the community and then let them experience and then introduce them to the business, right? And through the process of the CSI, that's where you discover, well, there's a void here. I have a solution. And that's what I was talking about, how I just wanted to get paid for having coffee with my friends. I know it seems a little shallow, but really, how many times do you have coffee with your friends and they sit across the table from you and tell you a horrible story about their health or their spouse's health or somebody else's health or that they got laid off? And in the old days, I'd be like, wow, that's horrible. And I don't know what to tell you. But today I have a solution. So when I sit across the table from a friend, I'm listening to hear what's going on with them in their life. And if I've got something or solution to help with that, and then I say, I might have an idea for you. I want you to come and meet some great friends of mine, or I want you to, you know, meet. I mean, we can all use each other as a tool in our business, right? For three-way product story, business story, what have you. But those of us that have stuck it out, we've made some money. Are we where we want to go? Maybe not yet. I think we can continue to grow, right? Because I don't want to be in decay. I want to be in growing. All right, and then staying connected. So many times it's tough to stay connected. There's lots of ways in Youngevity to stay connected. What I like about this, they're telling you to follow these certain people. You know, how many companies do you get into and you're like, you know, friends with the CEO on Facebook, right? Friends with the president, and you get to chat with them on Facebook and what have you, make comments. And then the Youngevity RC, which is the Youngevity Resource Center, which is where the university is at. All right, so you've got in here, it's got a 30 and 60 and 90-day plan. So what to do in your first 30 days. Somebody's asking me that the other day. What do I do in my first 30 days? What do I do in my first 24 hours? You got to jump on the Youngevity University. You got to get this. The thing is, this is such a great tool. It will stimulate questions. You still get to help your people in personal growth, right? Because that's what leadership is about. Helping people understand where they want to go, helping them understand who they want to be. And so then you've got your first 60 days and then your first 90 days. All right, any questions? We got just a couple minutes. A minute. Any questions? Did you guys get it?
Yeah.
All right. So check it out and enjoy. Have fun with this. This is so much fun. It's hard work, but it's fun. It's fun.
Wow, this is insane. Good morning, everybody. I have to take a picture of you. Scott was going to do all the talking, and he decided to let it not do it. And I said, and so he's going to take over. So 1, 2, 3, wave. Wave, wave, louder, harder.
Yeah.
All right, one more time, real loud. Wave. Okay, so here's the deal. Has everybody got chairs? Because there's room. Okay, we'll start running chairs down there. I mean, we have got to.
We got more chairs.
This is so exciting that you guys all came today. Hello there. How you doing, Daniel? I'm looking at the back row. This is awesome. Stand up, Daniel. Daniel's brand new. He's been in the business for about an hour. Unbelievable. Congratulations. Everybody. Okay, so a lot of you drove down, which was insane. I know that was a long drive from obviously Bob Dossman and his beautiful, beautiful bride are here from Littleton, which took about as long as the kids from San Antonio. If you're from San Antonio, stand up. San Antonio, stand up. Unbelievable. So here's the deal. Look at these nutty kids. So they come to Colorado. Sit down. They come to Colorado to go skiing, right? So they go skiing. They have fun. Poor Dylan about broke his beak. He's crying. Is he around? Dylan here? Oh, you poor little boy. How you feeling? Okay, good. He was weeping yesterday, but he put trauma oil and all kinds of stuff on. But here's what happened, which is extraordinary. They decided to come down here for lunch yesterday. So they came from Silverthorne, which is, through a tunnel and down a hill, a lot of work. So I thought that was an extraordinary effort. They came down here. We lit them up. They said, we're coming back for the training tomorrow. I said, that's great. Where you staying? They said, Silverthorne. These fruitcakes drove all the way back up to Silverthorne and back down again. Isn't that exciting? Give them a round of applause. That would have been like a week's worth of work for me. So that is so cool. So Scott is going to head up the health portion of this thing right now. We have got these medical doctors that are incredibly competent. And we've got a pharmacist, we've got an MD, we've got 2 MDs actually, we've got an MD, and it is so cool that we're going to have them up here. Because the credibility of having these people in this room is unbelievable. Claire Bergman, unbelievable naturopath. And she's got something in common with Dr. Ike and Lisa Ike. She's got something in common. I mean, everybody that's on the medical panel, come on up, and then we're going to have Scott interview you because it's on camera, and we don't want to have me looking like the before picture. So come on up, and then Scott can do it. This is so exciting, and when you go to your doctor always looks like, you're going, why am I in here? My doctor looks like my doctor's going to die. Wait till you see, why am I listening to this person? It would be like listening to me. No, these people look great. Come on, sit down and tell us the story. Stand up there. Let the lady sit. How you doing? Where's your dog? Did you bring your dog? No. She loves her dog more than her husband. It's unbelievable.
Oh, this is being recorded. I'm so sorry. Oh, no, you're right.
Okay, we're turning this over to Dr. Pardulis. Take it away.
Woo!
All right, Dr. Yvonne, Dr. Claire, Dr. Kay, thank you so much for joining us today. So we have your background is pharmacy. You're a naturopathic doctor, and you're a doctor of many trades as a medical doctor. Anesthesiology has been something that's been part of your past to a great extent, correct? Yeah. Okay, great. So here's, I think, what we're all interested in. Obviously, it's a little outside the box for someone of your all's caliber, background, not so much yours. For sure yours, and for sure yours, to think that you would be at all dipping your toe or diving in the deep end with us, invading this space of natural, preventative, alternative, organic, healthy, anything having to do with prevention that keeps people out of the throes of the medical system, where it seems to be this vast abyss where people get in and it's very difficult to get out. Perhaps some of you have even risked your careers a little bit and your reputations by playing in this space. Let's start with you, Claire. If you could, just talk to us a little bit about what you're doing here. What do you see as the opportunity? What advice do you have for all these people based on your background that they're doing the right thing confidently versus playing with fire?
Okay, well, I call myself a recovering health professional because I'm really working on becoming a professional network marketer, and that being my main area of excitement. Put on every day. And we see a lot of sick people, and most of us come into my field particularly because we have a calling. We're called to do this work. I came here because I had a very serious illness myself. Alternative health helped me, and I ended up deciding that I wanted to train, and I discovered my calling as a healer. So why did I end up in network marketing? And I did think once upon a time that, wow, network marketing, no. And people would bring me products every single day. But along my journey of learning about products in network marketing, I discovered this business model, and I discovered freedom. And that's really why I'm here, because what I realized is that in network marketing, I can help and affect hundreds and thousands of lives. Whereas in my clinic, I'm working one-on-one with people, and it's very draining. You know, so I look as a mom, I've got 2 stepkids, 3 biological children, I have a very busy household. How can I give this world my service in the greatest way? And that's what I'm here.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, so here's a typical scenario. Somebody's walking up to your counter all day long. They're presenting you with a little piece of paper from a doctor. It's got some kind of prescription written on it. And I know you look at that, and I have to think that you're just shake your head silently inside every single time going, oh my goodness, if these people only knew what these drugs are doing them internally over time. What do you wish to tell those people that you're not able to because of the risk of losing your job or being fired from your employment? What do you wish you could say to these people that bring a prescription in?
Every day, this is the fight I fight every day. Every day somebody walks in with a script, like you said, and every one of them, there's so many natural products that can help you change and fix and reverse these degenerative diseases that you're facing every single day. Every single day, I want to say something different to the person. Like, you need more vitamin C, you need vitamin A, vitamin E. Get out in the sun. I mean, I do say that on the regular, but there's a few things I want to change everything they're doing and give them a nutritional supplement that works, that changes their life and makes it better for them. Every single script that comes in that's exactly what I want to say. I want to change their life with nutrition, not with a pharmaceutical, because every single day I see these people come in and they have a script for blood pressure medication, but then that's causing side effects. So now we're going to need another script to come on top of that, and oh, that one's giving me shakiness. Oh, let's add something else on top. You're like, oh my God! If we had 1 or 2 products, natural nutritional products that you could take that could change all this, like, why wouldn't you do it? But I can't like risk my career yet. I can't put it on the line, like yet. So I'm dabbling here in Youngevity and working on nutrition. And so on the side, that's my passion. That's what I love, nutrition, and I want to fix these people.
Well, obviously you see something here that's pretty profound, because I don't think someone like you with all the years of schooling.
So much.
Yeah, all the that you invested into wearing this pharmacy title, and you're doing that. So obviously there's got to be something deep inside you that knows the truth. And so when you listen to pharmacy ads, you know, you're watching, because I know you stay up late and watch ESPN highlights every night, and the top 10 plays, and in between all the commercials, you know, you see the beach bodies and the people holding hands and being romantically involved. And then do you cringe like I do when you hear like you close your eyes and you listen to the verbiage, could cause permanent, you know, dysfunction.
Erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, erectile dysfunction. I wasn't gonna say
And the list goes on, you're like,
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Why does the government, if you can elaborate on this, why does the government allow us to put something into the market that knowingly causes so much harm and damage to the human body? Why is it even permissible when there's prevention? Why is that not on the advertisement? If you can elaborate, if you're not able to, it's all right.
I don't know if my wording would be appropriate.
This is being recorded.
I know, that's why I'm like, okay, so I guess the short and sweet, they put so much money into all this research for medication that has more benefits than risks. So essentially, if they put all these thousands of dollars into a study, if 20 people have
For them, it lowers their cholesterol by 4 points, let's say, theoretically speaking. They're like, oh, it's great, it's gonna work for everybody. When you go to your doctor and your doctor's like, you tell your doctor, I have high cholesterol, or you don't tell them that. They do your lab work and the doctor tells you you have high cholesterol. They're like, I have something for you. Because someone told them that it's gonna lower your cholesterol by 4 points. That is a textbook number. You don't need to be in that number. You don't need to be exactly in that category. But according to them, it's going to benefit you, and the benefits are greater than the risks. Not all the doctors know all the risks. Not all of them know the side effects. They are so detrimental to your health. I can't really go into more detail behind that, but that's like the basic overall. They can say the benefit outweighs the risk because of all the money that's been put into funding for the studies that have been done.
And maybe I could say this for you, or not even for you. I'll just say it.
Go ahead.
So
Please say it.
there's a lot of money in treatment.
Yes.
There is not much money in prevention.
Correct.
Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Fair to say that?
Yes.
Okay. Let's transition to Dr. K. Good friend of mine. I really appreciate this man. He knows a lot of people, very well connected in the medical industry. And Dr. Case, just start out by, you have a unique practice. You have a clinic downtown Denver. I've been there several times. It's really fascinating to see how you have been flown through the medical community. Tell us about your clinic now and what you're up to.
I'll start, back up a little bit. Sure. I'm a board certified anesthesiologist, board certified in England, Ireland, and the US. So I'm pretty well trained in that field. I've been in private practice at Lutheran Hospital with an amazing anesthesiology group for 30 years. But Lisa, my wife's also a physician, but we've had our own personal interest in health and wellness. So we've really taken pretty good care of us in that area in the health and wellness. Ourselves, we started a medical spa and a spine clinic 2006 and 2007 based on our interest in health and wellness. We invested a lot of money in that, and we weren't all that successful in making money, but we stuck with it. So then I retired from anesthesiology in 2016, and one of the passions I had was to really get myself trained in age management medicine. Age management medicine is to get a person healthy, keep them healthy, and live life with a lot of vitality and energy and prevent those chronic diseases or delay the onset of chronic disease by addressing the risk factors and improving lifestyle. So it's really lifestyle medicine. It starts with nutrition. You got to eat right. There's no substitute for eating right. You got to do exercises, and it has to be tailored to the individual. And number 3, you have to have the essential nutrients. We don't get that in the food. You have to have the right kind of nutrition supplements. Number 4 for age managed medicine is you got to optimize hormones as indicated. So I've been privileged to get into the world recognized leader in age managed medicine practice with Cenegenics, which they have 22 centers in the country. I'm a physician with Cenegenics Denver. So I'm really blessed to have found that, and which is my passion now, to help people get really healthy and live that life with vitality and energy. And I came into Youngevity by accident. And I'm really blessed to have found the mentors and leaders like Tom and Scott. It's just a blessing. It came from heaven.
So Dr. Wallach, obviously the founder of Youngevity and the legend of all legends when it comes to being the godfather to a lot of the nutritional concepts that we're discussing today. You've known of him for some time, and now you've read some of his books and you understand his background. And recently, you are the newest member to the Scientific and Medical Advisory Board to Youngevity. Give it up for. What a great honor to have him representing that side of Youngevity and what we do. So all of you should, he's on social media, you should connect with him on social media. He'd love to communicate with you. I know Dr. Claire would love to communicate with you. Dr. Yvonne would love to communicate with you. These people are up here to say, hey, leverage us. Use our background. If you got questions, reach out, ask those questions. And so the fact that they made themselves available is a pretty big deal because we don't want to take the time to get as smart as they are. Does that make sense? Tremendous amount of schooling and education and knowledge background. Go ahead.
I just have one
Yes.
quick thing to share with you. I had a clinic in London for 10 years, and that's where I trained. I trained in Europe. And I carried the Doctors Don't Lie CDs in my clinic because I was passionate about minerals and I knew that was what was missing. So this is really a full circle for me to join Youngevity and now be part of this team.
So what was it for you? I mean, discovering and learning of Dr. Wallach. What's the attraction here for you to put your time and energy into Youngevity compared to what you've been working with in all these years?
Two factors. Number one is the leadership of the corporation and the field like you guys. That's why I say I'm blessed to be kind of placed in this organization, which came by accident. Maybe. What was the question? I wanted to say something.
Oh, and please do say that other thing else. We wanted to know what is it that inspires you or attracts you to what Dr. Wallach's created, dedicated his life to. How does that fit into what you believe?
Because age management medicine, it's really the four components. The first two are the most important, which is nutrition. You got to eat right. You got to take right nutrition supplements. That's what Dr. Wallach teaches, and has been teaching for 40+ years.
Yes.
And I embrace that.
Yes.
And what I wanted to say is, each one of us has to have the essential nutrients every day. That's the healthy body start pack. But on top of that, we need to add whatever else is needed for you as an individual. For me, the Immortalium is an amazing product. Improves stem cells, improves the telomere health. We can get into that. For the brain, synaptic. Those are all essential in the new products which they just announced a couple of days. I'm going to be taking those. So.
Excellent, thank you. Yvonne, I got another question for you. I would say that 40% of all the people in this room right now are under the age of 25. And I would say that all of us that are not under the age of 25 anymore, we can remember being under the age of 25, and that for most of us, we felt invincible at that time in our life. We were young, we felt alive every day. You never really thought about your body breaking down or having aches or pains or dealing with something from a reactive standpoint. So why should the youth of today's world be more concerned than ever about taking nutritional supplements, the kind that we have to put out? Can you just share an opinion or a thought about that?
Sure, absolutely. An excellent question. All of us are reactive, like you just said. So we wait for our we wait for our health to hit a rock bottom before we realize, oh my gosh, I have to change. Did you know that this year and the previous year, our generation, if we have, our kids these days aren't expected to live as long as their parents. Fun fact. Your parents might live to 80, your kids aren't going to make it nearly as long. Right now, their life expectancies are about 60 years old. Wow. That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
before, like you should never pass before your parents. We need to be preventative. We need to put all those nutrients back in our bodies. For example, we don't get what we need from our food, not a third of what we need. Our soil these days is not enriched with all the nutrients and vitamins that it had in the past. So we have to supplement. We're not getting nearly what we need, and so now we have all these deficiencies, and our mental status is declining severely, as we've seen all throughout the news. If we don't prevent and take our nutrients every single day, we're not going to make it past 60. We're not, as a community, as a culture, it's not going to happen. So we have to take those essential nutrients, and it's best to be preventative, and then you can share that with your children. We can change this and turn this all around. I believe we can.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. That's powerful. Yeah.
All these chronic diseases, that's diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, they all can be prevented. So that's, I mean, read Dr. Wallach's books. Listen to his CDs. He's got more experience than anybody out there in this prevention and what one can do to help improve health. And it's all about prevention. Being proactive.
Yeah, very, very well said. Thank you for that. Dr. Claire, question for you.
Yeah.
Today, I think it's pretty obvious that something that is more addictive than any other substance on the planet is sugar. And one of the number one methods of delivering sugar into the human body is through liquids. You know, all the different sugar drinks that are on the market, the Rockstars, the Monsters, the Red Bulls, all these all these things are designed to throw you through the roof with a big jolt of sugar. Over time, can you elaborate a little bit? What is that doing to our population today? And how, you know, do you have any knowledge or experience on the impact of the high content of sugar intake and over a period of time? What is that doing to destroy really the well-being of humanity?
Well, yeah, it's so multidimensional, and you know, young people their adrenals are broken down because we don't have the minerals. I have to bring it all back to minerals. It's all about minerals. And if I'm working with a patient, I actually specialize in autoimmunity. So I specialize in chronic disease because our medical profession has no solution to autoimmunity and to chronic disease. They don't deal with that. They don't understand it. It's not part of their system. So, and most of these chronic diseases are because of sugar and because of addiction. And if I take it back, it's because we don't get the minerals. It all starts with minerals. But what sugar does is, if you look at, well, first of all, diabetes, all diseases are basically because we're running on glucose, and our cells are then breaking down. And in Alzheimer's is what we call today diabetes type 3. And it just breaks down the body. So what I love and why I put all our chronic patients on ketogenic diets is because we're teaching the body to run on fat molecules, which actually give us 1000% more energy, by the way, than glucose, which we run out very quickly, right? You know what happens if you drink a high sugar drink? You get this awesome high and then this deep, deep low, right? So what fat does is it allows us to become much more efficient. And I won't go into all the technical details, but when we start looking at all the neurodegenerative diseases, you know, getting people onto ketogenic is absolutely critical, and it's critical in terms of the percentages of sugar and fat that we use with them, because it has been proven that we can actually correct these challenges that people have. So I'm super passionate about that. And one of the things I love about Youngevity is because we have an incredible keto program. We have fantastic products there. And as my last point here, as I'll say, is that when I joined Youngevity back in October, I had no realization that I was about to replace pretty much everything I use in my clinic where I can with Youngevity products. We have really incredible clinical products that can be used clinically as well as anybody can just start using them. So I am super excited about our company and what we offer to everybody, and I'm very passionate about bringing in health professionals to our company because they really don't know what they're missing.
Yeah, that's very good. Thank you, Dr. Claire. Because you're the senior of all of us standing up here, you've seen a lot of things over the last several decades. So, you know, you've got a very active family. You have 2 boys. I see here that you're sporting some lovely pins about Vail and, you know, the ski world. You're an avid downhill skier. You've traveled all over the world skiing. You've practiced medicine all over the world. You've seen stuff. Today, you know, I read these reports in health reviews and journals, and it talks about how the youth of today, that about 15 to 20% of our youth population under, you know, 15 years old is said to be in this obese category. How can we be, as parents, how can we be proactive to make sure that we're not feeding into and breeding more into this society of just duplicating and accepting these statistics? Can you elaborate a little bit about that and how we can get control of this obese epidemic going on throughout the world right now?
Yeah, it's a serious epidemic of obesity in childhood age, and it's by educating parents really about what Claire said, sugar. All these sugary drinks and snacks really detrimental to their health. So got to start with educating parents about the importance of cutting out the sodas and the Cheerios, all the snacks. It's really important.
Would you agree that you're not able to out-supplement a really bad choice of decisions that are repetitively made day in and day out, thinking that, oh, I'll just eat like this, and let's just say we're defining like this as not good. I'll just eat like this, and oh, because I'm taking my 90 for life and I'm taking all my nutrition, it'll overpower or outweigh my bad decisions. Do you agree with that statement or disagree?
I totally agree with that decision, and Sanjay, Javier, and I had that conversation a couple of days ago. Saying one really cannot have bad.
For 66 years, I've been with Wally for 20. I have thought that I could out supplement a bad diet. And one of my good friends, Bob Phillips, died last week. And it breaks my heart. And it breaks my heart from 2 places. I miss him. And I realize that if I don't change this thing, I'm going to miss me. And I'm going to miss my grandkids, and I'm going to miss my children, and I'm going to miss my kids' kids. And it was time to make a change. So I got together with Dr. Ibe for 7 hours of hell. And they went through me stem to stern and said, yeah, you're not on a prescription medication. That's wonderful, Tom. But you got to change your diet. You got to change it today. Not yesterday, not last week, today. And nothing goes into your mouth that doesn't make sense because you are on borrowed time. And that's not a good thing to hear. But you know what? Because I trust her, and I trust her, and I trust her, not so much Scott, I can promise you I'm in that game because they scared me straight. You know, I've been listening to Dr. Wally thinking I had, you know, I was on track, you know, because I do live on these vitamins and minerals, but it's not enough. You've got to do it all. And I am telling you, I am living proof of that. And they told me I'm going to lose 60 pounds in the next 12 months. We shall see.
Without chopping off a limb?
They actually have a person now actually following me around. I have a health coach that lives with me and just sit on me. No, that's not true. But, you know, it's wonderful that we've got these kind of people here. And the quote, the reason I walked out was because he looked at me when Scott said, you can't out supplement a bad diet or a bad lifestyle. And so the cat was out of the bag because I know you guys all think I'm a Soloflex model. The fact is it needed some work. And I'm committed to it like every one of you. And I just want to put myself out there and say that. So thanks.
I hope you appreciate what just happened. That was totally, I mean, nothing about today is scripted. That was definitely not scripted. I didn't know that Tom was going to walk out. And I saw when I brought that question up, which was an ad-lib question, I didn't know that Dr. K was going to glance over my shoulder at Tom like that. I quickly realized that we were on something that was out of my control. And so, seriously, for him to come out here, how big is that? How big is Tom was that? For him to come out here and fillet himself the way he does, he's good at doing that. And he's really really good at bringing humor to a very serious topic. Have you noticed that amazing trait about Tom? He can bring humor to a very serious topic. So since we're on this topic, right, I think it would be remiss of us. Yes.
Do you mind if I add something?
No, come on up.
Please don't
Yeah.
lose that thought.
No, Joel, please.
So, okay, so all the young people in this room, if you're still in high school, raise your hand. Okay, if you're just out of high school, 2 years, raise your hand. Okay, so we have a ton of young people in here. So I am 26, and this topic resonates with me so hard because sports was my entire life when I was you guys' age. And I love that you're all in here right now. So my diet was awful. It was McDonald's, it was Taco Bell, it was Wendy. I was just competing all the time, and I paid for it. And I'm just telling you right now. So the long-term piece of it, we do need to be preventative and proactive, right? So when you're in high school, when you're a baby, you need to be taking these minerals. And so just to give the instant piece of it, a little bit of a hit home.
Your time.
I had this nutrition when I was in high school. You guys, I had 3 knee surgeries between the ages of 14 and 17. Wow. I had a broken ankle and a torn hip flexor between the ages of 14 and 17. Before I turned 20 years old, I've had 5 knee surgeries and 1 back surgery. Why?
Yeah.
I was active. I was healthy. If you looked at me, I was healthy. I was in all the sports. I was doing it all the time. You guys, my diet was not there. I just thought I could eat whatever. I didn't know any better. So the fact that you guys are here, and I'm looking at this row right next to Blake and James and all these people, right? I know there's a ton of you in here. It's so, so important. So it is preventative. It is proactive. It's also instant, right? Because if I had osteoFX when I was in high school, maybe I wouldn't have had 5 knee surgeries. Maybe I'd still be playing college ball today, right? Back surgery ended it up for me. So it's very, very hit home for me. And for all you young people too, I just want you to know that it's important that what you're getting in your body right now matters. Big time. Big time.
Good, Joel.
What goal did you set for yourself to just kind of demonstrate that you had accomplished something pretty extraordinary? It took discipline around nutrition. It took discipline around exercise. I know you went out and did something on a national level and you achieved some recognition. What did you accomplish?
So I went to New Jersey after I had qualified nationally in men's physique competition. And so it's where you don't wear a Speedo, just in case. You wear board shorts and you go out there and you get a spray tan, you do the whole deal. And it's like so it's men's physique. So I qualified nationally. I went to New Jersey and I placed 7th nationals in men's physique. And so it's funny because thank you for bringing that up. The back surgery ended my football career when I was 19 years old. 5 knee surgeries, back surgery, no more football for me. And so then I focused on my energy in fitness and nutrition because I can control what goes into my mouth and I can control what I'm doing in the weight room, right? And so I accomplished that, and then to take that one step further, I didn't know about Dr. Walk at that point in time. And when you're eating fish and broccoli for 2 weeks straight, and chicken breasts and asparagus and all the avocado, like for 16 weeks at a time, guess what? Still nutritionally deficient. Still. See, at that point, I thought I had it figured out. I thought I was eating all the healthy foods for 16 weeks straight. Fish, chicken, right? Broccoli, asparagus, all that stuff. Still nutritionally deficient because it's not in the food like it used to be. And so I did. I accomplished a pretty awesome feat in the fitness and nutrition world. And to take that one step further, Dr. Walk, I discovered Dr. Walk and I was like, oh my gosh, no wonder I was so lethargic. I'm eating clean, I'm eating healthy. Still lethargic, still no energy, still sleeping like garbage. I needed the nutrition. Crazy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep. Joel, thank you very much for sharing and
Sorry.
having your No. That's very good. Give Joel a hand.
Thank you.
That's what we'd like to do to wrap up this portion with this panel. Have you guys appreciated it?
Yes.
Yeah.
we're going to start with Dr. Yvonne. First hand that goes up gets to ask her a question. Any question you want to. Yep, any question you want to for Dr. Yvonne. Go ahead.
Okay, so I had a friend that approached me about why there isn't any case nutrition. Is there case studies out there that have to do with nutrition versus like case studies that are on pharmaceutical drugs?
There's a few case studies on nutrition, but you're not going to find nearly as many on pharmaceuticals because there's not money to back it. So there's not enough. Pharmaceutical products have a ton of money to back all the research that they need, so there's going to be a plethora. In nutrition, it's not funded.
Do you know of
You can't patent a mineral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any like place to go, like to find
Any place to go to find those specifically?
PubMed.gov. Yeah, there are tens of thousands of studies on nutrition. Sure.
Got that? PubMed.gov.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. And now we're going to ask a question right there, back there for Mike. Go ahead.
Is it true you love your dog?
No, it's not true. It's not true. You're my number one.
Michael, go ahead.
All right. So I'm currently writing a research paper on soil nutrition and minerals, and it's just so depleted.
Yeah.
What would you say to like a stakeholder, so like a farmer or food producers? What would you say to them? What would make it worth it to them in order to like reincorporate minerals and nutrition into like their soil or into their process of food production?
That's a really great question that I don't know the answer to. Only because
Farmer Glenn.
Farmer
Man.
Yeah.
Farmer Glenn. I apologize. I don't know that answer only because if from a business perspective, if you were to tell a farmer to put the nutrients in, he may want to do it, but as far as money, how is he going to justify that? Like selling his product going forward, we have to find a different way to market. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Thank you for your question, though.
Michael, one thing that I know that Youngevity does is, they own 1,000 acres of coffee plantation down in Nicaragua. And one of the things that they talk about is taking the mineral nutrition and spreading it, and I guess fertilizer is an ingredient, so that would be the right term, spreading it around the crop and tilling it into the soil so every coffee bean is grown with mineral inflection. And so, again, we have to think about, like Dr. Yvonne just said, how does that get monetized? If you're going to do it, now does that price you out of the market? Would anybody be willing to pay for extraordinary products that might be multiple times more expensive to purchase? And again, it comes down to money. Another thing that I think about all the time too is the monopolies that like Monsanto, for example, has on GMOs. So you think about corn, you think about all of the production of agriculture and how these local farmers now, the biggest fear they have, actually, why am I talking about this? I'm so, sorry. So, the biggest fear they have now is that their seed will blow into the Monsanto crop.
Right.
The natural seeds will grow into their crop now, or vice versa. And so now you're looking at lawsuits. And so it's this never-ending cyclical game of what risk are the good guys willing to play to keep good, healthy, organic products when now there's monopolies and there's patents on all the seed that are going around with GMOs, et cetera. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Just for the record, we were yelling farm with Glenn. There's this man, he's literally down the road from here, and he's with Youngevity. He uses the minerals in his plants and animals. We went there, and it was beautiful. He's fed us with his fruits and stuff, and it is definitely worth it. It is definitely worth it if they decided farmers to put the minerals in the soil, because the yields are actually larger, they have more quantity and quality. And people are willing to buy quality. And Farmer Glenn is on this huge vision for the future for farms, and he's got it going on. You gotta talk to Farmer Glenn if you want those answers.
Yeah, he's a very good resource. Okay, so let's transition over to Dr. Claire. Any questions for Dr. Claire? Yes.
I have a 17-year-old son. Could I put him on the keto diet? I've heard that you really have to wait till a person is a little bit older, like 18.
No, that's not true. It does depend on who they are, you know, and so I would want a little more detail from you and we can have that conversation. But that's not true that a 17-year-old cannot be on a ketogenic diet. It may be modified.
Okay. Okay, and we had a question here next. Did you have a question?
Yeah, just to follow up on the nutrition aspect and the yield aspect on the farming. I saw it on Youngevity someplace, a 250% increase in production, plus the quality of the foods, which is going to bring a higher price, makes it very attractive to farmers.
Good point. Thank you very much for that. We had a question back here. Yes.
So I started on the ketogenic diet and was doing well, but my hair started falling out. I didn't think anything of it until I was talking amongst some other people who were.
I know how you feel, by the way.
I don't want to turn into my husband. So I was just wondering about, they said it had to do with having low levels of protein.
That's not necessarily true. That when your body goes through such a transition from sugar, glucose burning to fat burning, it's actually a normal side effect at the beginning. So it will adjust. And in actual fact, what's going to happen once you're keto adapted is your hair grow more, as long as we're taking nutrients. You need selenium and you need copper and you need a few other things. But I can also help you with that. But it is definitely a normal side effect of transitioning. And there's a lot of things that change in that transition, and they're not always fun. So sometimes one has to back off and take a little longer time through that transition. You know, there's keto flu, but there can be variations of keto flu too. So I work with people in terms of transitioning, and there are ways to do it without all the side effects. But one of the things that's hair fallout can be a common one for a period of time. But it's good to know it's going to get better. Everyone runs better on fat.
Excellent. Did you have one more question for Dr. Claire?
Can I ask one again? So can a person stay on the ketogenic diet forever? I mean, I've heard that I hear all sorts of things like, oh, you should not be on it for more than 2 years or whatever and get off.
There's always going to be opinions out there, and there's just so many diets, right? But ketogenic is absolutely safe long term. What I will say about it is it's difficult to do long term. And so the way I teach people is that when I tell people that they need to do this, it's like a big, because it's radical, right? It's really, especially when you've been eating junk. So, but when I tell them that once we get you keto adapted, we have different options. And you could do 6 days keto, 1 day off it, and do whatever. Go out and have friends, do whatever you want to do, because using keto with intermittent fasting allows us to actually get you back just like that into keto. So, when people think Christmas, they think birthdays, they think life. I'm the big believer that we should be living life and we should be having fun. That's it's healthy to have fun, right? So once we can get you keto adapted, there's definitely many options. So, and I will just say this, I lived in England I was born in South Africa and I lived in England for 19 years. And during that time, they have the National Health Service over there. So it's a little different. It's socialized medicine and everyone thinks it's free, whereas here you have to have health insurance and you have to pay for it. But what I saw during my period of time, in a 10-year time period, I saw a nation absolutely change from junk food to organic, where 50% of their food today is actually organic, and it's a grassroots movement. And that's what I believe is each one of you, especially the young people in this room, you hold so much power of actually changing yourself, then your friend, then your family, then your community. And that's how we change a nation. That's how we answer the pharmaceutical industry and say no. It comes from us. And we have to be brave enough to tell our friends, you know what, there is an option. And you are going to die before your parents if we don't do something about it. That comes from us.
So we talked about our young people and how it's so critical that they change their health.
if we go to the other spectrum, which my husband John and I I'm almost 70 and he'll be 72. So we went on a journey to change our health. So would you address that? That just because you're in your late 50s or you're in your 60s, what can happen when you change your diet and your supplement? Is that a possibility?
Definitely. So age management medicine, I mean, we don't have an age limit. I mean, I had a guy from Southern California called, he's 89. His main concern was he doesn't have enough energy. He still has a passion for going and doing his own garden, but he says, I lack energy. So we talk about age management medicine, which starts with nutrition, exercise, nutrition supplements, hormone optimization as indicated. So there's no age limit. You can start, but you got to eat right. There's no substitute. You can't over supplement bad nutrition and bad lifestyle.
Very good. Another question? Yes.
Okay. So I was told at a very, very young age, because I had part of a lung removed through a surgery, that I would have varicose veins because of the anesthesia, because I was under for 8 hours. Is that a fact that varicose veins has anything to do with anesthesia?
No.
Can you repeat the question as well,
Yeah.
so that those on camera can?
The question is, she had a long 8-hour surgery when she was young and had a partial lung removal for whatever reason. And that has nothing to do with varicose veins. Dr. Wallach has some explanation why you get varicose veins. It's in his book. No, I've been an anesthesiologist for a long time, and I was involved with really, really big spine surgeries, which some were 12 hours with a lot of blood loss, and that's not it. If we take good care of you during that surgery with maintaining your vital functions, none of those things should happen.
Okay. Can we send anyone to you as a referral, like, hey, I know a doctor, or how does that work with lines and products you sell, and how do we refer you? Is what I'm saying.
On Facebook, even though I have my own Facebook account, I never look at it. We have a common Facebook account with Lisa Kurvilla. It's easy to find us. That's the best way to communicate, but I can give you my cell phone. You can text me.
It's not like a doctor's office, and they go, call this number.
Basically, I prefer to talk to them myself rather than somebody else talking to them.
Okay.
That way I can give the right information, right?
Yes. So is there something we can write down?
Yeah, sure. Anybody can text me. I'm available 24 hours a day, but I do sleep at night. I do want to sleep at night.
Have you ever heard that out of a medical doctor in your life?
Christmas. All right, so that is all the time we have for today for questions. I think it's pretty phenomenal that Dr. K is putting his personal phone number up here. So be respectful with that phone number and honor it to the best of your ability. So I'm very thankful to all of you. Thank you, Dr. Vaughn. Thank you, Dr. Claire. Thank you, Dr. K, for your time, your energy, your influence, and your impact on all of us today. Give them a hand. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna transition here, and we're gonna bring up our next speaker.